everybody, welcome to Crafter's Story. It's Celeste here. Hi. I realized, I shouldn't only just have realized because I've known this for a long time. I have the worst possible memory. And so when it comes to remembering dates, I have things on a calendar and on my computer and on my phone, but I'm a visual person. So I just decided, it's probably not a bad idea to have something, at least for birthdays and anniversaries, on my wall. I can't possibly miss it. And so I'm using old, I've got some artwork that I've worked on in the past that it didn't quite work out. And I don't want to throw the paper out, so I've just flipped it over to the back. And I've decided to make myself a birthday calendar, or an event calendar, I suppose, because there'll be some anniversaries on here as well. And so my son, he has a 3D printer, and so he'll do some 3D prints, and then the base of the print is what he discards. And so I've asked him to give me those, and so I've got all these really cool shapes, and I've decided to use just this little square one, and you can see it's definitely not in any kind of line order. It's in month order, but not line order. I measured out and then just traced off with my pencil 12 little squares with the rounded sides, and then wrote in all the different months. And I'm really just going to excuse me, shake this a little bit, and I'm just going to put paint here, there, and everywhere, and fill in the space. And at first I was just using up leftover paint from other projects that I'm working on, but I think I really like this. Ooh. You see, I'm already making a mess. I really like this purple, and so I think I'm just gonna go ahead with the purple and just fill in around these blocks, and then I'm going to doodle, paint doodle or pen doodle, I'm not too sure, over this purple. And because this is for me, I'm not going to stress too much if I go over the lines, as long as I've got enough space to still write in. And I'm probably going to have to write a little small, especially in the month of May, because I have a lot of birthdays in that month. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this all filled in with the purple, and then come back with you guys, and we can work on making this pretty with maybe a couple of little flowers or something. I am almost there. You can see I'm really not being too precise. I'm just going to fill, as long as I've got some white space, I think I mentioned that before, some white space to write in. I can always make another calendar at some other stage if I find that I don't have enough space. But I think for right now, this at least is going to keep me out of trouble. I'm not going to forget birthdays and important events. I think I always feel really bad if I forget somebody's important event, because it's important to them. All right, so now I think I'm just going to put in some leaves, and this is some of my leftover paint in places where I've got quite a bit of space. Let's see, can I move this back down? There we go, like that. And then I'm going to have to obviously leave it for a little bit to dry, and then I'm just going to take some of those, this paintbrush is going to be too thick, let me use a smaller one, think I'm just going to use some of that sort of 3M sticky stuff that you put on the wall and put that in a place that I can't miss, because I have the memory of a strainer. It is terrible, and the older I get, I think the worse it's gonna get. My poor family. I might want to warn them, or maybe I won't warn them. They probably already know. Okay, I think I'll use a little bit of yellow and get rid of that. Oh, where's my trash can? Yeah, just to make it a little more friendly looking, I'll plop some yellow in all these lovely places. What'll look nice, I think. I was thinking orange, but I think that's too predictable. Why don't we just go with a pink? Pink. I said in a previous video, I was talking about how I only want to use the Liquitex paint, and while I am still somewhat of that mindset, I just want to say, you know, I do actually like the folk art, and it's really affordable. Folk art paint is so affordable for somebody on a on a real budget, or just starting out, and you know, who doesn't have a big stash of paint yet. It really is super affordable. Okay, I think maybe for now, and then you know what I'm gonna do, just because I'm being all crazy today. Let's move these things out the way. I'll move this down, get this little paint goodie out the way. I hope my mother never finds out that I stole her Tupperware. Don't tell her, okay? Mom, if you're watching this, it's not your Tupperware. Anyways, I'm gonna take my finger and just go plop, 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 plop. And then kind of almost, you know, even if the colors mix, totally fine with that. Like this. I think that's kind of cute with the colors. I'm glad I used the pink now. And you can see, because my finger's got the mix of the purple and the yellow and the pink. Let me show you. Actually pretty cool, I think, the way it turned out. And so, oops, this is going to cause havoc. Let me move these paintbrushes out of the way quickly. Yep. See, okay, that's okay. So I think it did turn out really nicely. And now when these are dry, I can doodle over it. So I'm gonna go and let this dry, and then I'm trying to be gentle with my tripod so you guys don't get seasick as I move you around. Yeah, let this dry, and then we can come in and doodle over it. I left this alone to dry, probably getting comfortable. It's been a couple of hours. I had to do a bunch of things until now, so it's nice and dry, all the paint, and I'm really just going to have a little bit of fun with this. I've got my black Uniball Gel Pen, and probably just doodle with a couple of flowers. Here with the leaves, no, let's see, maybe here I'll do a little sort of rose design, and maybe let's do something like that. So play with it, guys. You know, this doesn't have to be, I mean, it's obviously not a permanent solution. I can always change it. I can come in. Where's my gold paint? I've got nice gold paint, and I thought now that the paint is dry I'll add more. I can get a little bit of gold paint, maybe just put a little bit of gold in there, a little there, a little bit over there, and then I think what I'd like to do is, where's my white paint? Get some of my white paint. And let's see, I'll get a nice thin paintbrush and maybe just do something. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I will just carry on since I started. Add a little color because it's a dark green on a dark purple, and I'm just going to liven it up a little bit, like so, and like that. Yeah, and then maybe in places here where I've got a lot of purple, maybe I can put another little white flower maybe. Let's see, and over here little white flower, and then I can come in with my gold. Hold the pen with my fingers. No, can't do that because then I can't talk. I can't put put a little gold in the middle there, little gold in the middle there. Guys, just have fun with it. You know, when I'm all done, I'm going to be able to write all my birthdays in here, and with a bit of luck I won't forget any again. So just like that. Okay, so I didn't think I was going to put more paint on here, but now that I've got it out, I really like the idea of putting in a little bit more color. So it's not quite as much purple. Let's put a little flower here. So I guess I couldn't have actually, no, I was going to say I guess I could have done this before, but I don't think I would have been able to because this purple paint was too wet, and I probably would have needed to wait for it to dry anyway before I could add a little more embellishment. So let's see. Okay, maybe that's enough of the white, right? All right, put that away. I put it in there. Oh man, let me get my gold out again and put the little, where is it? There's one. And where's another one? Here's one. There and there. There and there. Okay. So I think I need to get my pen out. And let's see. Maybe do like one of those African violet type leaves on this one. And a little gold plonk. Plonk, my technical term, plonk. Maybe since this is a yellow, we'll do another daisy. There we go. Celeste, really, look at what I did. Oh man. Well, now we have a lily of the valley. That is now a slightly different looking flower, so well, okay, we'll just do that. Oh my gosh, I am probably the clumsiest person ever. All right, let's do another sort of African violet type. It's almost like a four-leaf clover, I suppose, as well. And go in there. Let's see, I've got one down here. This is actually quite a bit of fun. What should I do here? Maybe another sort of one of those rose designs, right? Right. Just having a little bit of doodle fun. There, okay, what have I've got, I'm going to try and not put my hand in a place where I've put paint down. I don't guarantee anything because I have a talent. It's a secret talent. It's called mess up your project. Stick your arm in a place where you've put paint. It's my secret talent. All right, let's maybe do another little sort of daisy design. I know I'm repeating my designs a lot, but I'm not going for an art project here. I'm just going for something that looks pretty, that is going to serve a purpose. It's going to be something that keeps me out of trouble with the family. Okay, let's see, maybe slightly different looking petal so I don't get into trouble if I forget a birthday or anniversary. My parents are the worst. They don't remember their own anniversary. So maybe that's where I get it from. Maybe it's a genetic affliction. Okay, so there is paint here and here. So maybe I can, oh dear. It's something like that. And this one here. The fun way also, you know, if you guys do want to do something like this, just a fun way to use project or use paper up that you otherwise would have thrown out, because this, I showed you earlier, there's a letter design on the other side of this. It's a little art, sort of word art or alphabet art project that I never got around to finishing. And I just kept them because I didn't want to waste the paper. Okay, I think we're done. All done. So now, once everything is nice and dry, I'll be able to start writing in, probably with a gel pen, or maybe not this gel pen, it's a 1.0. I think I'll probably use my thinner gel pen so that I can write smaller, and just hopefully I can get as many birthdays in here as I can, because I know in the month of May I've probably got 10 to try and fit into this little space. So we'll see how well that works. But anyway, let me do a little flyby. And I see places like here where I'm gonna have to erase some pencil lines, but for the most part I think it worked out fine. There's my little flyby, guys. My little birthday calendar that's now going to go on my wall. I have a little notice board above my computer. I'll be able to put it there and glance at it every day. And yeah, just a fun, easy little project, hey? And I think maybe once all this white is dry, maybe I can keep doodling, because I never know when to stop. I hope it's a little project that you might try, and maybe it is not just for birthdays or anniversaries like I've done. Maybe it's for something else, like your sporting calendar, whatever it may be. But it is just a fun way of putting your important dates on the wall. All right, well, thanks for sticking around. We'll see you next time. Bye.